doke. There we go. We're back in live once again for some more Star Wars: The Fractured Galaxy, uh, and got people watching right now. So we got a couple things to get out of the way first, real quick. Do we have? I don't think we have any birthdays for April, correct? Okay. And you're muted, Dale.
Right.
FYI. No problem. Okay, so do we happen to know the phrase that pays?
Oh, Rexy, he's so sexy.
There you go. Why? It's because it is Rex Manning Day for this whole week. So this series of games, so long as somebody says the phrase that pays, they will be getting holiday XP according to that particular game. So we need to roll monthly XP and holiday XP, and then next. So this will be for. We have to say it each game, but you can qualify for Star Wars, Mythic Savannah, Marvel, or D&D. And then after that week, it's another holiday. So you'll need to make sure to keep in mind what the phrase that pays there is. So that one's a little bit more difficult, but not too hard to find. So if we can get somebody to roll monthly XP and then roll holiday XP, we will get that going.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll monthly here.
Okay.
What am I rolling for holiday?
Same.
Are you saying that the Rex Manning Day is the holiday?
The Rex Manning Day is the holiday.
Do we also get Easter?
Negative. Nice question, but no. Just because I haven't awarded it in the past.
1d6, right?
Yes, 1d6. I believe it's 1d6 plus 1.
Plus 1, yeah.
And it's been a while, so I got to figure out which. Oh, there it is.
Yep, we're using the WEG D6 roller. And you have to type it all in.
Mm-mm.
So I got maximum of, looks like 7.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Been a while, so yeah, okay. 5.
Okay, so you didn't put the plus 1 in there. That's fine. We can add it. So that's, so we got
6, yeah.
7 and then 6.
Nice. 13 total.
13 total. Make sure to get that those points put into the notes, so we know how much we got for the month.
Nice.
And do we have somebody that can give us a notes recap?
I can go ahead and do that since
Thank
Mike
you.
isn't here. So last time...
Well, we need to admonish him first because he's not here. So
That's right. How dare you? Oh. Okay, we're good. Okay, so yes, last time our employee at our store on Taris, Vexa, had salvaged a few things to spruce up the shop, making sure that it was ready for use. And I'll summarize it a little more because there's a lot. So a lot of us were getting some information, especially Montan, about the local area, figuring out the main players like swoop gangs and what have you. We were trying to discuss what we wanted to do with the shop, which we're naming Ensemble Dynamic Machines. And then Nasara arrived. We caught her up on what was going on, and she let us know that her youngest youngling is indeed force sensitive. Shortly after that, a Devon Score arrived at the shop. He's a part of the Exchange, a galaxy-spanning criminal organization on par with the power of the Hutts. And he gave us a welcoming gift of some simple foodstuffs. Gave us the 411 on what was going on, including we're in Black Sun territory, and if we're willing to accept the exchange's protection, It's a 500 credit per month fee. We got a week to decide on that. We've got his contact info to reach him for that. And then he left. Montan let us know that he doesn't want to be the crux of doing everything at the shop, so it'd be helpful if everyone had some skills and could pitch in for making the shop work. Let's see here. We were also discussing where we were going to be as far as where to live. And then a protocol droid arrived and gave us invitations to the Lantern Nebula for drinks, a local cantina owned by someone named Akamina. We went ahead and went over there, found her, talked to her. She's very friendly. We got our drinks. Nothing fancy. She gave us information about major players as well in the area. Very helpful. Then an older gentleman arrived, calling himself a Coruscant Bob, but his real name is Lord Bob and Vale. And he had a guy with him who was writing down his adventures for like hollow novels and what have you. He also gave us some information on the local contenders and information regarding Marshal Dax Corin. Let's see here.
Smart.
We introduced ourselves to him, so he's aware of us. He himself is a duelist and a type of bounty hunter. He's been very successful so far. He also let us know about someone called the Undertaker in the area who has a lot of information for the right price. And that is where we left off.
Cool. All right. Let me close out some of this other stuff here that I don't need. Okay. Well, the ball is in your court. At this point, what does everybody want to do? And Justin is asking if anybody needs a reroll.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, he already said smut.
I know, and I was thinking I missed it this time. I have no idea what the relevance was.
Yeah, I could use one. I don't have one.
Okay. So there you go, Justin. If you got the points,
I-
Shelly could use one.
I need a cheat. Don't tell the boss.
Oh. Let's see. So since we were there, are we picking up exactly where we left off, or has any time passed since last time?
Where exactly did we leave off precisely? I don't
Let's see here. So
think the only thing you were doing was planning on going to visit the Undertaker, weren't you?
we were thinking
Oh,
about
I
that.
think we had decided not to until we had something to
Okay.
offer.
Right,
slash
exactly.
ask.
Yeah, so then it's just a matter of, I guess, figuring out then what we wanted to do. Okay. So then, as we're leaving that cantina, Drade will turn to everybody and be like, all right, well, a lot of info we just got in a very short amount of time, a lot of process, but at least we have an idea of who the big movers and shakers in the area are now. Doesn't seem like we need to speak to the Undertaker unless we have something that we really need to find later on. Let's
I'd like
save our
to get
money for that.
I'd like to get a better feel for this planet. I have never been to Taris before.
Yeah, it's a big place, similar to Coruscant if you've ever been, but smaller scale. Multiple levels. The bottom level is dangerous. You kind of have to have the right stuff to actually go there. But that's where we have our
That's where
claim. We could actually
the,
show you where the big ship is.
I'll
that's
be
where the
out of character. I'll be right back real quick. Somebody's at my door. Please keep role playing. And Shelly got the role play, or not the role play. Sorry, the re-roll from Justin. Right back.
that's where the creatures are, right? That we had to get inoculated for.
Yeah, they're called rat ghouls. Apparently, if they get to you, and they can actually infect you with stuff that will turn you into one of them over time. It's apparently terrible.
Oh,
So, yeah, be
oh.
careful when we're down there.
Shouldn't the shots have prevented that?
Well, apparently they do, but I mean, we can play it safe. Just don't let
I
them
mean,
get
not that
near
I
you,
plan
really.
to get bit or whatever,
Right.
just theoretically. Whew.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to see a swoop bike race too. I've done a little bit of that. I wouldn't mind dipping my toes in again if it's not too rough a scene.
Well, Montan certainly is interested in establishing service with the bikers themselves and the gangs. I'm sure we can arrange some kind of
Like repair
interaction.
services?
Yes.
Do I have any repair skills?
yeah, I guess that's something each of us is going to have to brush up on at least a little bit while we're here
Yeah,
until we get other employees to do
I
some of this. But
can run a few things, but I'm not very good with repair. Just a little bit. Sales was always more my thing.
well, I mean, that could be what you bring to the table while we're all here. That's a skill.
See what I
But
can do.
all right. In the meantime, yeah, if you guys want, we could head down a level, see how that swoop bike racing goes, see if we have any way to meet up amenably with the gangs that are running things down there as well. Make a good first impression.
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Before we interact directly with them, once we determine which gangs are which, we may want to see who they're aligned with before we make direct contact.
Well,
I mean, if they're Black Sun or Exchange associated.
right. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess there are ways to figure that out. I mean, we could either ask around here. We could well here. Let's ask Akmina. We're right outside just to make sure that we don't miss anything here. And so he steps back inside the cantina, and
Okay.
if Akmina is still there, he
Mm-hmm.
goes, one last thing before we take off. The swoop bike gangs down below. Do you know who they're affiliated with when it comes to either the Exchange or Black Suns?
Uh, she shakes her head. She says, I think they're all pretty independent.
Okay, we can work with that. Good to know. Yeah, we just didn't want to make any assumptions when it comes to that type of thing. All right. Well, we'll see you later.
So she just gives a little bit of a wave, goes back to tending bar.
Yeah. Heads back outside. He's like, okay, so turns out they're actually independent. They seem to not get involved with Exchange the Black Suns. Makes it easier for us.
Well,
Anything
that's something.
anything else we need to do before we head down to check that out?
I can't think of any requirements.
Okay. Well, let's go check it out. So we'll then head down to where the swoop bike races are held.
Okay. So you head down to the lower levels of Taris, taking one of the larger elevators. It does have a number of people on it. Most of them wearing wearing clothing that would likely
Oh,
denote that they
good.
either don't have a lot of credits or they're looking to make credits quickly. Mayhap by people who are also traveling in said elevator down.
Um, so I have a 5D in pickpocket. Does that mean I'm good at avoiding it?
That is a great question. I don't think that they have anything specifically for that in the rules. So I would imagine, it's kind of like subterfuge and White Wolf, the ability to lie as well as the ability to pick up on lies. So in this pickpocket as well as
there's con.
well, yeah, but con is more of a you're selling
A talking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Cool.
without finding it in the book right away, I would probably say yes, it would work
Cool.
for both.
Okay, so since I have been in a similar situation, I'm gonna keep an eye out and watch for people trying to take advantage of my colleagues.
Okay. I'll let you give a roll.
Oh, okay. That means I need Discord.
Oh, so actually it says when the character makes a pickpocket attempt, the victim makes an opposed search or perception roll.
Oh.
So glad I looked that up.
Search or okay. Search is also 5D.
Nice.
So it would just be a search check unless for some reason you don't have search, then it's just perception.
Mm. $27.
Wow. That sounds pretty perceptive. Okay, well, that's almost max roll, actually,
Yeah.
without hitting the wild die. So, as you guys are going down the elevator, tending to keep to yourself, you do kind of glance around because at one point in time you were in that lifestyle. Despite your
Rise in
fortune,
fortune.
yes, you had previously come from more common stock, we shall say. And you do indeed see somebody pickpocketing somebody successfully. They were completely unaware of it and pulled out like a credit chip from the person's pocket.
Okay. I mean, does it look like the person that got robbed could use it back? Or like that intervening might be beneficial?
I'll leave that up to you. I've already described what everybody riding the outside of you guys, what everybody riding the this particular elevator going down is looking like.
Okay. In that case, I'll just let it ride, and I'll just watch out Basically, I just want to make sure that none of us get robbed.
Sure. Okay. She has decided to hop up and sit with her back to the camera. Huh. Okay.
She's got to show
She's
her good
shy.
side on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's shy.
So you get down to probably still 100 levels below the ground floor. But this would qualify for lower levels of Taris at this point. You get down here, and it's very much like walking around in a storm drain. A very large storm drain, underground, like subway sections and whatnot. Occasionally there's spray paint on the walls. Nothing down here looks really charming at all. It's very bulky, very bleak. In many respects, partly damaged and left that way. Sometimes you might find like tape or like some sort of like yellow, like a yellow or neon orange cone, just warning people passing by, like, don't step here. No one's coming down here and attempting to regularly service much of anything down here. I mean, it's much like, the underground of some major metropolis cities like New York and Chicago, Philadelphia, that sort of thing. Like, I mean, you can occasionally hear, a speeder go by or something on one of the upper levels, probably some sort of like maintenance shaft or something. You do see speeder bikes and smaller speeder vehicles come flying through here that can fit. There are still obviously open sections that go out into what would effectively be open air, but they act kind of like shafts that go up and down throughout the city itself, much like you would see through Coruscant, where you could just fly a ship down to certain levels. So those people who don't take the elevator, don't own a speeder, or they're taking like any sort of speeder bus or anything of that nature, that's what they would do. But coming through here, there's a bit of steam. Despite the fact that there are ventilation openings for one of the large shafts not too far away, it's very muggy and murky feeling down here. Immediately you start to get a little bit of perspiration and sweat going on. Looking around, a lot of this is more ad hoc. So you come around corners where somebody might have a couple of what would pass for shops, but really they're just, outdoor people with either some sort of cart that they're selling off of, or they've got like a tent set up or something. It's very, very, minimalist in that sense. There are a few shops here, but not many. But looking around, obviously the main strip that you guys have just exited out onto is the one which speeders come back and forth on. There are some people that are wandering around, but this is not like what you saw on the mid tier, where people, clearly are going around maybe shopping or looking around occasionally. Like everybody here, if they're walking, they're keeping to themselves. It's very much more of a defensive posture coming through here. People trying to avoid being pickpocketed, or accosted for any reason from anybody. So it's much more claustrophobic, both in culture and the surrounding areas. So,
is there any kind of obvious patrolling presence, whether it be gang members or some kind of hired security or anything?
No. The gangs really don't. You quickly gather that the gangs that may be down here, they don't really patrol. Not with any frequency. It's not what they're there to do. They may go cruise and make their presence known, but they're not like, rolling around and looking to roust people necessarily. Usually it's just more of a hangout or if you're bored, or go find something to get in trouble with if you're not, if you don't want to be bored. And so, I mean, you see little clusters here and there of people who have some sort of, ganging. Oh, jeez, pardon me. Long day. Some sort of gang insignia or types of colors or whatnot that you've got going on. Anything else in particular you guys are looking to do now that you're down here?
Do we
Well-
want to spread the word that we're opening up a repair shop upstairs, or wait until we are more set up for it?
Well, it's looking like our main clientele, by what we've seen so far, are going to be those who own those swoop bikes. I'm not sure that just spreading the word here is going to matter since we're just going straight to our possible clients right now. Unless
Okay.
I'm missing something. I mean, anybody have any ideas?
It might be dangerous to try and work both sides of the gang scene. Um, I can imagine us getting blamed if something were to go wrong, or being accused of sabotage. So maybe we'll stick to the swoops.
Yeah, yeah, I think that might be best. Although it seems like, the gang members themselves are going to be riding those. So, would we accept them as clients and customers? I would think we would, but we probably want to try to act as neutral as possible, like to your point.
Okay, well let's get a feel for it first and then decide how to proceed.
Sounds good. So can we tell from here, Jerome, like where we'd have to go to find the swoop races?
Oh yeah. I mean, there are still advertisements for places that are named locations. The
Okay.
tracks, for example, being one of them.
Cool.
Obviously, any place that you can gamble is clearly going to be denoted because they want to make sure they take your creds.
Right.
There
want to
are.
make that easy to find.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
The vices are always going to be easy to find. Cantinas, tracks, gambling dens. They're always going to be easy to find. Some of the better shops that might be down here are also going to be easier to find, but everything else is like, back alley and very, hard to find, probably because they want it that way.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well-
it just looking around for a sign, to show you like where the main track is down here. That's not a problem at all.
Okay. And seeing where that is, then would it take long to get there, or would we need like a speeder to get there in a reasonable amount of time?
I mean, you can walk there. It's definitely going to take longer if you walk, because these are big, obviously subsections
Yeah.
in the planet.
So I'll turn to the group and be like, we feel like walking or speeding?
Uh, it looks like we've got a lot of ground to cover. Maybe speeding would be proficient
All
To
or
be
right.
safer.
prudent.
Okay. Let's see what we can find then.
And we won't be exposed to people on the street either.
Yeah, probably safer.
Right.
Okay, so you just flag down a speeder cab at this point, and you end up seeing it's pretty beat up, matching the environment that it's in. But it's got like a little Arbish sign, showing that it's available. It shifts over and hovers up next to you, and there's a Toydarian behind the wheel, and he kind of throws his arm over the side, and he's like, "So, what can I get for you?"
We're new in the area and wanted to take a peek at the swoop tracks. Think you could get us there in one piece?
Oh, you sure you want to go to the swoop tracks? The touristy people like you, they take all your coin.
Well, you know what? We've heard that warning before, so I think we can handle ourselves. Appreciate it, but yeah, we still want to head there.
He says, "Okay, so it's gonna be 4 of you, eh?"
That's right.
So he says, "And you're not paying anything outside of Empire credits, right?"
And Jerome, like the credits we have, I take it they are just
Yeah.
are they Imperial credits? Okay.
Yeah.
Republic credits. We'll do that. No. We'll work on them.
Yeah. No, they won't.
Yeah. Deja vu. That's so weird. Yeah. So he's
I
like,
feel like I've seen this movie.
yeah, exactly. So he's like, up Imperial credits through and through. They're good.
He says, "Okay, we accept those just fine. I had a customer try to give me some of that Mon Calamari flan. No good."
Wow, they're a long way from home.
He says, "Yes, well, Taris invites all who seek fortune in the Outer Rim. Okay, everybody squeeze inside.
All right.
Come.
Go ahead.
And you nobleman, you're suck it up. You've got a slightly big posterior. Give the ladies room."
Okay.
Yeah. Don't hog the whole place.
So he flips a lever on the front of his console. You can tell a little bit by the illumination that the sign changed on the cab. To get all of you there. It's gonna cost like 10 credits total.
Okay. Yeah. Drake will pay that.
Okay. So he takes off, and actually he goes out. He goes straight out to the external shaft and starts like going along the perimeter, looking at some of the signs, basically looking for a different turnoff, kind of like taking the highway. And he says, "Son, if you don't mind me saying, you all look a little too clean to be down here. What, are you slumming it?"
Not really. We just started a business up top, Ensemble Dynamic Machines, dealing in droid repairs, possibly swoop and other vehicle repairs. So we're getting to lay the land, see who might need our services.
So you started a business here. Allow me to say a prayer.
Right. Yeah, I take it you know how it works here then, eh?
Yes, it's rough crowds. You want to stay away from the huts, though. You didn't happen to set up your shop out near the starport, did you? Because that's hut territory.
No, we've heard about that, but not there. No, apparently, without realizing it, we've been told we might be within Black Sun territory.
And he's like, "Oh, you certainly bit off the big one, didn't you?"
That we did. You happen to know what they're like here? What we could possibly expect from those folks?
He says, "What they're like, idiot." And he looks around for a second. He's like, "And they are the most wonderful syndicate ever, of course." And as he hits like basically the speeder freeway.
Yeah.
He's like, they're one of the most ruthless ones around here. This is no good that you wound up making your business in their territory.
Admittedly, we didn't know ahead of time, but be that as it may, I think we can make it through. We've been through a lot, and we can do this too. But what do you know about them other than just their ruthless reputation? Do they do anything specific in the area?
Oh, especially down through here. There's all kinds of fights between the Exchange and the Black Sun. Each always trying to one-up the other, and that's when they're not fighting the local swoop gangs. It's what you outsiders might call colorful.
Yeah, we heard that the swoop gangs try to be independent. Is that true? Is that why they fight the two syndicates?
Oh, of course. Taris has long history with the swoop bike gangs, going all the way back to like Black Volkers and beyond.
Wow. Sounds like they might have a lot of pull in this area. Would that be right?
It depends on who you talk to. Everybody has the pull here.
Because it just depends on who you know and where you know them from, then, eh?
Oh, of course, of course.
You know of anything interesting happening in the area? You sounded like you wanted to lead us elsewhere away from the soup tracks.
He says, "Oh no, I was trying to give friendly advice on account of your fresh skin."
I see.
The rumor has it that that the Black Sun enforcer Drox Kal, he likes his skins.
Huh. Likes his skins. So he's literally known to skin people then.
Oh, of course. Some say it's on account of his cybernetics that he has. He's making up for lost parts or something. I just think he likes it.
It's rough either way you slice that. No pun intended.
He says, "Ha ha! Slice! Exactly!"
Well, good to know. Drox Call, is he one that we'd be able to notice on sight?
He'll be the big Black Sun hitman, Nikto. Wearing all kinds of the tactical gear and carries around a shock staff.
And hearing that, he then turns to Jarrus and like kind of nods a little bit like, shock staff.
I didn't realize people could go around as fully armed as that here.
He says, not necessarily above ground, but down here in the lower sections of Taris. Oh, of course. Empire tends not to come down this way. It's more like Tatooine rules. You ever been to Tatooine now, rich boy? Lots of sand.
I actually have not made it out that way.
And he says, if you ever get the opportunity to go, pass it right up. So he, brings the vehicle to a stop at this point, and you can see the tracks are internal, but you can actually see there are, I don't want to say holes, but windows that kind of look in on the inside. If you actually play the original Knights of the Old Republic, you'll actually know what I mean. They're actually on the inside, and you race around in the levels itself. So it's especially dangerous from an in-character perspective. He says, "Okay, Supai tracks. Here you go."
Thank you very much, my friend. And he goes ahead and gives him an extra 10 credits.
Okay. He says, "Oh, hey!" And he takes the credit stick and kind of does one of those, puts it between his teeth and measures to make sure it's real.
Right.
He says, "Not bad."
You take care, my friend. Drive safe.
Hey, you too, and watch your pockets.
Will do.
So the setup on the outside of the swoop bike track is very similar to what you might find at like drag races, where most everybody, like, there's a bunch of seats on the outside where you can watch everybody line up, get ready. They'll some people make grandstand for the crowd or whatnot. Very very similar to the outdoor swoop races from episode 1. Obviously not outdoor though; it's all indoor. And then, of course, on the inside, much like an actual racetrack, there's a place where you can, take bets, you get drinks, watch on several big screens, as your favorite rider is, negotiating the course or whatever have you. So it's a big operation. Now, here, the look and attire of people actually jumps up a bit. However, with those types of individuals come the fact that they are all noticeably armed and or have some sort of security detail with them. There are security forces that are down here, but this particular one, everybody ends up having a very similar attire as well as the symbol on it. The one you're looking at here is the exchange.
I'm sorry, what
And-
do you mean the one we're looking at is the exchange?
Mm-hmm. So the security forces that are scattered around this particular location, they all have the look as well as the badge of the exchange.
Okay, so some very organized security then.
Yes, and I think I dropped the exchange logo. It looks like it's not in Discord, but it may be in Facebook. I know I looked it up. I don't know if I actually dropped it in the chat anywhere for you guys. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's back a little ways.
Somebody's mouse sounds like frogs.
Oh, it's a scroll wheel.
Oh, there it is.
And for once, it's not mine.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. You found it. Thank you very much. So that is what. Oh man, didn't want to open that up. Okay. So that is what the symbol looks like. You have to click on it though. Matt Matt put the actual image in there instead of the link, but it's fine. It's there. Anyone doing anything?
I think I'm gonna go check out the boards and kind of see where the odds and stuff are at the moment.
For riders? Okay.
Mhm.
You sure
I'll come with
can.
her.
Okay.
P.S. I missed the part where she showed up, so I would have made a bigger deal about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know when I showed up, but I'm here.
Okay.
I didn't know I was there. So you said the
she-
4 of us get in.
Same.
She joined the Foot Clan, and threw a little metal triangle on the ground. So a poof of smoke came up, and there she is.
Yep,
Nice.
I'm sneaky that way.
While they're off looking at the boards, trying to prep for Montan's forays down here. I want to get close to the pits and see if we can identify actual potential contact people or leadership people.
Okie doke. So those of you who are going to the basically the next heat for racers that are going to be going out. So you are currently looking at the vertical mile run is the track that you're at right now. You see you have to do a lot of writing here. There's Rax Throttle Vendar. He's got 3-1 odds right now. There is Larissa Vex. Oh, speaking of which, Rax is human. Larissa is Twi'lek blue. She has 4-1 odds. There's Drogon Kess, who is a Zabrak. He has 6-1 odds. Skarn Gearbreaker Doll, who's also human. He has 8-1 odds.
Wow. Sucks to be him.
Jessa Corrill, who is a Marillion. Marillions are the near humans that look green, but usually have like some sort of like diamond patterned tattoos of some kind on their body. She has 10-1 odds. Chrome Vico, who is a cyborg human. He's got 12-1 odds. Belto Ran, who's a Rhodian, has 15-1 odds. Krizo Tall, who's a Niktu, 18-1 odds. Silly Vara, who's a Zeltron, 20-1 odds. Korvac the Red, who is a Weequay, who has 25-1 odds.
So can I use my gambling perception to kind of? I mean, would it help?
Gambling perception?
Well, yeah, I have gambling.
You have gambling, yes, but not gambling perception.
Well,
it's like,
you know,
I'm hunting a game.
So
I would like to buy some gambling perception as well.
Well,
Yes, you
gambling is under the perception
Yes.
tree. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, would that do me any good on kind of narrowing down?
No, you'd have to find out more about the drivers themselves. Outside of the fact it would explain what the odds meant.
Yeah. Okay. So she's going to put 1,000 credits down on Rexy.
Okay. Because of the
He's
holiday?
He's so sexy.
It is. Yes.
Well, his name's actually Rax, but
Yeah.
Raxy.
Yeah. Rexy.
Fine. So 3-1 odds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's in a modified Mobcat Flare S swoop.
Design type.
He seems to be a local favorite, as far as you can tell.
What race did you say?
He's human.
Oh.
The other one that had pretty good odds is the Twilight.
Twi'lek, yes.
Yeah.
4-1 odds.
What color is she?
Blue.
Ooh.
So make sure you notate that down then.
Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting to see if I win or lose, and then I'll take it off.
Sure. Okay. Either of you two doing anything else outside of that?
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch.
Okay. So Jairus, what were you doing again? You're looking down at the stands, I guess.
No, getting close to the pits
Okay.
and seeing if I can identify potential contact people like leaders, team leaders, or pit leaders, or um, something I can report back to Montana. Like, oh, you're going to want to talk to this guy. He was, he was in charge of the swoops and stuff. So just trying to identify potential contact people.
Okay. So do you mean of the individual racers, or are you talking about something else?
Well, not necessarily the racers, but
Are
thinking
those
like in the NASCAR sense, like the pit crews.
Right.
Um,
But those were all tied to the racers.
right.
That's
right.
what I
But
was getting at.
yeah, not necessarily the racer themselves, but the people that are servicing the bikes,
like the
servicing
pit
swoop.
boss?
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of these guys, actually pretty much all of them, all do it themselves. They don't have pit crews like that. That sort of thing would be more for. Think of this like the old school like dirt track racing. They didn't really have pit crews. It was just like them and maybe a friend or something that put together like a vehicle, and they'd go out into some desert bed or something in some designated track people just seem to like or whatever, and they would just go at it. It's usually just like a mom and pop sort of thing. What you don't have the wrong thought, however, just the wrong area. Like if you went to the televised, the big corporate ones, then yes, all of those guys would have like pit crews and whatnot.
Yeah. But this is more free form, and the gangs aren't that organized.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, gangs are definitely involved, but not like that. This is all like everybody puts together their own thing, or bought their own thing and now they're racing it or whatever have you.
Is there any area around here where it's obvious that there's like advertisements that are up on like boards to be seen? So like maybe we could advertise our shop
Oh, sure.
to those who are here.
Oh yeah. Like I said, there are a number of video boards already up, so you can watch the racers.
Okay.
So not only do you have the option, because they run adverts when they're not running the races, obviously,
Sure. Okay.
but then there's they still have areas out on the track, because as cameras go by to watch or whatnot, you have advertisements out there as well.
Okay. I'll say that Drade was with Jairus going around, and as we're walking towards the bikers, he'll be like, I wonder if we could just make it easy on ourselves and post a few advertisements. We do still have some money to do that. What do you think? Doesn't seem like they've got any like crews. It's just the pilots themselves,
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah. I haven't been able to identify anybody that Montan can actually approach as like somebody who's organizing the repairs of the swoops.
Right.
It seems like everybody just does their own thing.
Yeah. If we just do it this way, then it does limit our interaction with the gangs themselves. Kind of brings them to us instead of us going to them if that ever happens. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can find out where we can submit an advertisement. Maybe they got a booth around here somewhere that deals with that.
Sure, you could do that. As you guys since you're down there, and you can see that they're bringing out their bikes for you're getting the races ready. One of which that catches your eye. Let me. I'll put this in the Star Wars discussion chat. Is a Zeltron who is actually bringing out her particular bike at this point. Unlike the others that are out there, the one that she has with her In fact, let me see if I can get the image here. 1 second. Okay, there's not a specific image of the type of swoop bikes she has. It looks like it's a name. It looks like the bike itself is a name brand, but probably a couple decades out of date. Unlike the others that are here, she specifically looks like. Well, the others here are way more whether they look like they're professional racers or not. All of them look like they're probably more put together. Her particular bike, swoop bike, is very clearly got some parts that have like tape, and welding, like piecing it together, sort of thing. Something you notice as you are, as you are looking for somebody to speak to for running advertisements.
Okay. Does she happen to have any type of insignia or wearing anything that like shows she's a part of a group, or does she just look
No.
like she's totally independent?
Yeah, totally independent. Her bike has a number on it though, so you could find out who she is just by looking at the next wave that's coming up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll remember that then. All right. Cool.
So at any rate, you come walking up to one of the service counters, which doubles up obviously for like drinking or anybody looking for food or whatnot. And a droid comes walking up to you. Hello, sirs. How can I assist you?
We are local business owners, and we would like to submit for an advertisement here. Can we do that through you?
You would want to speak to one of our business managers. They are not currently available at this time. However, I could leave a message with them if you would like.
That'd be excellent. If they could contact us, we're Ensemble Dynamic Machines. They can either reach myself. Well, you know what? Give you my name, Drade Kenner, and go ahead and provide like a frequency to contact me at.
Okay. And the droid says, will you and your compatriot be staying for the races?
At least one or two.
Okay, so he pauses like he's taking that information in. Would you like me to pass along this message at regular or at express speeds?
Would the express speeds cost extra?
It does. For a nominal 25 credit fee, you can have your message expressed within 24 hours.
Goes ahead and gets out 25 credits and provides that for the express.
Okay, so he says, excellent. I will make sure that your message is sent within the hour.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the races.
Will do.
Then he just goes back to, checking on other guests who are getting food or getting drinks or have other questions.
He turns to Jairus and he's like, all right, well, that takes care of that for the time being. Can you think of anything else you want to do before we meet back up with the ladies?
No, I'm out of my element down here. I mean, the services that I would be potentially supplying would be medical services, and I would think the concierge services to the upper levels would be more lucrative than providing after sex care down here.
Right, right. Unless we could get our hands on a fully fledged Bacta tank, I mean, I bet these swoops go fast enough where their injuries can be pretty gnarly afterwards.
That is true. I mean, if I was there, I don't think I'm there. Never mind. I take it
Well,
back.
base cost, like my cost for a back to tank would be 10,000 credits, and that's empty. That doesn't include the 100 gallons of back to fill it.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna leave you as the expert on all things Bacta. If we could pull that off, I mean that's something else. But what we've got going on right now is, at least, seems like it'll be pretty good. Guess I shouldn't really assume until we actually have plans, eh?
Yeah. Well, there's that, but also operating and purchasing back to requires significant licensing. Um,
Mm.
that would be, I don't know how difficult it would be for us to get, but I assume fairly difficult here on Taris.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I'll. Do you think that we could pull something like that off if we could actually scrape that by or find some other way to get a tank in the Bacta? I mean, as far as the licensing goes, as far as that around here, I mean, how much would a license really be worth to us having in a place like this? Like they said, it's not like the Empire comes down here on a frequent basis. Just a thought.
Well, it's more proving you have a license so that you can get the BACTA. Um, the corporations in the Tupani sector that supply it to the galaxy, it's fairly heavily regulated. Um, I could creatively construct um, documentation that would show our licensing. Um,
Creatively construct. I like it. I like it. Okay. Hmm. Well, all right. I mean, something to look into, especially if we find a decent, reliable source for the things that we need for that, I suppose.
and the business associate who showed up with the welcome gift, I'm sure would appreciate a regular supply coming in.
That's right. You did mention that. Hmm. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes and ears open for that opportunity or ask him more about it when we go and accept that protection offer. So we'll have to do that after this. But all right. Yeah,
So
let's
as you two start making your way to like where the seats are at, of course the Nasara and Asada have come back around, probably with just a similar like just not a bewildering look, but just looking around, taking in everything. They checked out what they were looking at, so they seem sated for the time being, I guess.
so then walk up and go, all right, who'd you bet on? Fess up.
I was gonna say, yeah, sounds like everybody's muted.
That guy over there.
Oh, okay.
He had the
Any-
best odds.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I wanted to see. And so if there's like a listing or something that shows the numbers and who they are, he's going to look up that number that he saw on the lady's bike, find out who she is.
Okay. That was Sealy Vara.
All right, so then he looks up at the board and goes, "Yeah, and we saw a Sealy Vara. Yeah, she's that number right there. She looks like she knows what she's doing, but boy, the bike she's put together, it's like a ramshackle piece of you know what. I wonder if she can pull it off."
That looks like a hunk of junk.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how it performs.
Does the board show Jerome what the odds are for her?
Yes, 20 to 1.
Okay. Okay. You know what? You know what? Why would she come here? She wasn't confident that she'd win. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And looks okay. How much did you two bet? Be honest.
I bet 1,000.
I didn't put anything down. I figured I'd wait and see how things shake out first.
1,000. Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Wow. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do the same. We're gonna see who wins. And so he goes to look to see
Wow.
if he can put 1,000 on Sealy Vara.
Okay, she sure can. And in fact, as you go to place that, a well-dressed individual, human, approaches. Think concierge sort of a look. So
Okay.
classy, kind of business looking, but more Vegas lifestyle kind of look, not just business outfit. And he approaches and he says, "We have your booth available for you, sir. If you'll just follow me."
Oh, excellent. And he turns to the group and goes, "This way, everybody."
You have a booth?
Yeah, we're kind of a big thing around here.
Is that so?
Oh yeah, yeah. Jairus and I, we went ahead and we're trying to actually set up advertisements because you see all the billboards and they show the ads. Well, doesn't look like the writers have pit crews that we can offer business to, so we're gonna do it this way. And well, it looks like we're getting comped a nice area because they know that we own a business nearby. That's my guess, anyway.
So the concierge walks you over. It's not like a top-notch booth, but there are the spectator seats, which are like bucket seats. The peanut gallery, for lack of a better term. They're not. They don't look bad, but they don't look super comfy either. It's the cheapest way to get in to watch these things. Then the separate booths are the people that come with others, with guests. You're gonna have to mute yourself, Shelly. It's loud in the background. But then you have like the booths where clearly it's for like a group of people, but it also has a little machine attached to it, so you can order something directly and somebody can bring it out to you. So it's a next level up service. Then there's the private box seats that are up and that sit back away from the from most of the other seating, but they have the best view. It's the most privacy. It's got screened windows. Think something like huts and really important individuals and the rich would be up there, which you can see those types there. Like those are the ones that are kind of above it all. They've clearly got some credit to their name and whatnot. And you can see that there was a light that was shining on the booth when you guys could sit down, and it turns off, denoting that it's occupied. And he ends up setting down one little sheet on the table as a menu, which it just kind of scrolls, but it's even though it's holographic, you can kind of scroll back and forth and just look at it, pass it around however you need to. And the concierge at that point kind of goes through what to expect with the with the booth and how you can place your orders, and a droid will come with the order once it's ready, drinks or whatever have you. And he says the races will begin in a moment. Please enjoy your time here,
Excellent.
and go ahead and role play. I'll be right back.
Sorry, I forgot I wasn't muted. Crunch, crunch, crunch. You know, Merrick would have been so excited to be here right now when he was a little younger.
Thinking about that, yeah. Do you know if he's still into swoop racing anymore?
He's I'm sure he would be. He's been so busy with training. I'm not sure he's been able to find the time.
That makes sense. You know how that's been going, by the way.
I assume, well, he's been on assignment for a little while. He and Nestos. I just have to hope they're not getting into too much trouble.
Good luck on that.
I hope at least they come back to us in one piece.
I believe they will. It seems that whatever trouble they get into, they can get each other out of. They clearly work well together. It's like the force itself brought them together.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully we'll see them soon enough.
Right.
Maybe I can get a little swoop practice in and impress my kid when I get back.
Maybe, yeah. Either you bum a ride off of one of those folks down there as long as they don't crash during the race, or I'm actually not sure how much a swoop bike would cost. We'd have to take a look.
But
And maybe we can.
that would be
Huh?
another way that Montan could generate business is if we have a winning swoop of his design.
Oh.
Oh no, that lovable rascal Montan isn't here. Very sad.
Yep.
If only.
Right. Trademark. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I hate to put all that responsibility on him, but boy, he's the expert when it comes to all things technological. I just can't help it.
Well, he was
Yeah,
saying
well,
how he wanted to service the gang swoops. I mean, that's kind of why we came down here was, I think, to just establish a foothold, so to speak, so that we can present him with the information he's looking for.
Right.
But he's going to be the one staying here and working here while we're away. So
True, true. I know he's going to have Vexa with him while he's here and the rest of us are out, but I wonder if we can find at least one more employee that's going to help out without getting rid of any profits that we'd have because we want to make sure everyone's paid well.
that's right. We did want to look for another employee. Did you put out feelers at the spaceport, or I can't remember.
Not yet, but now that I've heard about the Huts working out of the spaceport, it might be somewhat hazardous if we do that. I wonder if we could even just get a another droid. That would help out, unless that would be hmm, unless that would be too expensive.
Well, there's got to be people here hoping to make their fortune and learn some skills.
It's true. We just have to put the time and effort into finding the right one.
But we want somebody who can take the load off Montan, not somebody that Montan has to train up.
Right. Don't think we'll be able to find a real replacement for him, but somebody who's good enough to then continue anything that Montan starts, at least.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, Jerome, was Drade able to place his bet?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, 100%.
Nice.
So, are you guys just doing anything else or waiting for the races to start?
We're just shooting the breeze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. Spelled that wrong. Well, hello. Hello to you too. Give me a moment. No. Stay over there.
She walked all over your desk while you were gone.
Yeah.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Because she was actually next to me.
Only part of the time, apparently,
Okay.
unless she has a twin.
Trying to be on camera? Is she on camera? Yeah, she is. Okay, so they hit the they hit the lights. Everything the racers get ready, start getting in position. People start getting back to their seats or getting someplace where they can watch the monitors for the races to begin. And then and then basically everything starts to come into scope. The illegal race is held in the Lower Promenade Transit Causeway, a partially abandoned repulsor lane that cuts through 3 stacked levels of Taris traffic corridors. Hundreds of spectators crowd the balconies, maintenance walkways, and broken mag rail platforms are above the track. Neon signage flickers in the haze, and the smell of coolant, burnt fuel, and street calf hangs thick in the air. A pair of battered floodlights ignite the starting grid. 10 swoop bikes hover in a crooked line, engines whining like like caged predators. Then a loudspeaker crackles. "Welcome to the Vertical Mile Run!" The crowd begins to erupt. Yay! Bookies begin shouting the odds again. Credits exchange hands. It's a mad race at this point of people trying to get their last minute betting in. And the racers that are on the grid, Rax Throttle Vendar sits relaxed on his Mobket Flare S, visor down and confident. Larissa Vex twirls her Laku once and flashes the crowd a grin, to which she solicits additional cheers. Drogan Kess leans forward silently, horn silhouetted against the neon. Skarn Gearbreaker Doll's war-era swoop rattles violently. Jessa Corell flexes her fingers over the throttle. Chrome Vico's cybernetic eye flickers red. Belto Ran chatters nervously into a comlink. Krizo Tall cracks his knuckles. Korvac the Red revs his oversized engine like he wants the entire city to hear it. In fact, now that you guys have taken a look, you can see the equivalent of, you know how like when a car drives by and you just know they've got some stupid muffler mod because it's way louder than it needs to be? You can see those on the end of his bike. And then there sits Silly Vara. Or Sealy Vara. The Zeltron sits lightly on a sleek Aratech Whisper, Magneta hair tied back, expression focused but calm. Unlike the others, she doesn't posture for the crowd. She simply watches the course lights. And then one of the bookies mutters nearby, 20-1, brave girl, brave girl. And the start begins. The red light flashes, the green go up, turning, then burning. They yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver. Sorry. As soon as I read that line, it's like, oh, this is cake. It's wonderful. She's going the distance. So a red light flashes. Engines begin to scream even louder. Green, and the racers all explode forward. Torvak immediately tries to bully the pack, swinging his heavy swoop sideways to crowd the lane. Chrome Vico slips past him with mechanical precision. Drogon Kess rockets into second place behind Rax Vendar. Above the track, spectators roar as the bikes scream into the first drop chute, plunging down 3 levels of vertical traffic corridors. Skarn Dahl's ancient swoop shudders violently but somehow holds together. And Siley Vara rides cautiously in the middle of the pack, weaving smoothly between Belto Ran and Jessa Corell. The course curves through a maintenance tunnel filled with dangling power lines. Larissa Vex takes a suicidal shortcut through narrow service corridors, and the crowd gasps as soon as she makes that sharp cut. She bursts back out ahead of everyone except Rax. Korvac the Red slams Belto Ran against a wall, sending sparks spraying all over the tunnel. Belto spins out and disappears into a cargo ramp. 2 racers are down. As the racers burst out into the open vertical lane, something strange happens. Siley's swoop sputters. Not a crash, not a mechanical failure. The engine power suddenly dips like a fuel feed is being choked. Her bike drops several meters in altitude before she wrestles control back. Someone in the crowd shouts, "That bike was tampered with!" She quickly realizes what's wrong. A remote power limiter had been triggered on her swoop. Someone had fixed the race. And she clearly was never meant to finish. For a moment, it looks like she might be forced to withdraw. Instead, she laughs, looking like she's actually laughing. She flips a manual override panel with one hand while steering with the other. Her bare fingers rip 2 wires out of the governor module. Her swoop surges violently back to life, screaming forward with unstable power, and the crowd is eating it up. So she still manages to get back into the race and not wreck or eliminate herself. As they come down into the last vertical spiral ramp, only 4 racers remain in contention. Rax Vendar, Larissa Vex, Drogon Kess, and Siley Vara. I can't call her silly. It sounds silly. Drogon attempts a dangerous pass on the inside wall, but clips debris and spins away. Siley rockets past him. For a moment, she is in third, but the earlier sabotage cost her too much distance, and at the time of the final jump ramp, Larissa Vex takes the leap too fast and overshoots the landing platform, barely recovering, leaving Vax Rendar clearly in front. He ends up sliding easily across the finish line. As his engine cuts, of course, the crowd erupts. He is one of the fan favorites here.
Yeah, Asada erupts too.
And so you can see that the ones that have made it across are obviously bringing their bikes into to inspect or whatever have you. And as you, Sada is of course cheering. You know, her person won. She ends up winning credits. You end up seeing a familiar face come walking across the deck and over towards your booth.
Before that happens, she'll turn to Drade. You either spin big or go home.
Well, yeah, I spent big and I lost. But hey, I might have won had her bike not been tampered with. Just saying.
Yeah, but you gotta bet on the right one.
Congratulations. Good job. Good job. Hey,
So
somebody's approaching.
Devin Core ends up approaching, and he motions his security guy to just kind of hang back. And he says, I hadn't expected to see you down here so quickly. I hope the accommodations are acceptable.
I was wondering if you were to thank for this. Yes, this is quite nice. Appreciate that. So, did you bet on the race?
He says, oh, no, of course not. No. Not this time. From the
Just as
sound of it,
well.
it sounds like one of your company here did.
Yep, she knew what she was doing. Been in the right one. Not I, however, but that's okay. It's all right.
We won't hold it against him.
Thank you.
He says, you'll also find your the fee refunded to you. The droid was unaware that we are currently negotiating business matters and simply reverted to his standard protocol.
Much appreciated. Well, it's good that you're actually here. And he turns to the group real quick and goes, and he's like, unless anybody sees any other reason not to, I mean, I think we're all in agreement here to go along with the monthly fee, as it were, for protection that you offered earlier.
Oh, I see. Excellent. Well, my employers will be happy to hear that you're being brought in as a part of the family. And he actually reaches into his pocket and hands something to Jairus.
Okay. Something that's like hidden, small enough to be hidden in his hand.
Would have been was your credit stick.
Oh.
He says, you needn't worry. The little womp rat has been disciplined appropriately. My apologies. They were unaware that you're with us.
Oh, I missed it. I must have been watching the boards.
I can see our partnership is paying off already. Thank you.
You are very welcome. And he motions for somebody to come by to start, to bring down basically a top-notch wine. Again for you guys.
Nice.
He says, if anybody would like a drink, he says, this bottle's on me. And the droid comes over and sets the bottle down, and of course slides out 4 nice-looking metallic cups.
When that happens, Drade will, just as a habit, activate Danger Sense. So he's gonna make a roll here. And that does not work. Shoot. Okay. 1 on the wild die. Boy, that was a terrible roll. Holy cow.
Wow. Okay. Would you like to re-roll?
See, I do have reroll. Yeah, you know what? I should. I will reroll. Oops. Try that again. Much better. 21.
Way better. Okay. So you do detect danger, but not in your immediate vicinity.
Can I tell approximately like where that's coming from?
The pits.
Like us in the pits. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Are they like viewable from where we're at? Do we have a vantage point like that or no?
Yeah, actually, from where you're at, not necessarily like the regular seats, but from where you're at, you have a little bit higher vantage point. Yes. Mm-hmm. And in fact, when you look down that way, you end up hearing Silivara end up muttering something effective like, next time I need to get a pit crew that doesn't sabotage me or something. She's like looking around, and you can also tell that there are two bookies that seem to be quietly arguing.
So he looks down. He's got like the cup, he's got the cup of wine or whatever in his hand, and he looks down and then makes a look over to uh, Asada, and he's like, "Come here, just a second. You see that down there?" You're muted.
Sorry, I was listening to my kids. Say it one more time.
So he looks down at the commotion that's happening, then looks to you and goes, "Hey, take a look at that, would you? You see what's going on down there?"
Yeah.
Would you mind maybe heading down there? I just have a bad feeling, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Make her way down.
Okay. One sec. Oop. There we go. Okay, so you start making your way down there, down towards the pits. You can't get actually into the pits, but you can get right up against the railing, which is a hop over, and you're in the pits at that point. Some of the other riders are already clearing up their stuff. Give me a look at a character sheet real quick.
That's unacceptable.
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
Okay. There's a see if I
And you
get
may
this
want to
right.
lift your mic up a little bit because every time you turn,
It's broken. I'm getting a new headphone set
Oh.
today.
Okay.
Sorry, I know it hits my
No, it's
thing.
fine. I was just noticing that every time you turn, it was like rubbing up against your coat or whatever.
10.
Okay. Given the fact that Drade said, you should probably go down there. I don't want to say your hackles are up, but you're not picking up anything necessarily. Shortly after you get down there, it seems like the two bookies who are arguing start like walking off, maybe agreeing to argue later in private or something. But they go off and they go back to where they're going to handle payouts. Where I forget what the den where you place the bets in question
Oh,
is,
I
but
have no idea.
that's what they're going to.
Okay. She's going to communicate through her comm back to Drade. You want me to follow?
Jerome, does Drade still feel the danger in that area,
Not anymore.
or has it subsided now?
Yeah,
Okay.
not anymore. It was clearly there, but something happened, and now it's like subsided. Like maybe somebody decided it wasn't a good time or something. It got close to the edge.
Okay. Seems like things are okay. So you don't have to follow this time. Appreciate it, though.
Sure. Make my way back up then.
Got it. And in the meantime, Drade will be like, so, should I provide the stipend to you now, or is there a different route you want to go about that?
He says right now would be sufficient. You can simply send the credits to an account that I can give you the details for. Going forward, somebody will be by once a month to collect those particular fees directly from your shop.
Got it. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and get that information and make the transfer happen right away.
Okay. And a concierge comes walking up with Asada's winnings.
Mm.
So she got her 1,000 back that she bet and made an additional 3,000.
Thank you very much. How about I pay for dinner, guys?
Very, very generous of you. I have been poking at my bank account a little too often today, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Never say I don't give you nothing.
Well,
Oh.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, he nods his head politely to everyone at the table. He says, "If you'll excuse me, I have some other individuals to visit with. But you know how to reach me should you need me, or should the situation call for emergency protection facilitation. Until then, enjoy your day."
Much appreciated. Take care.
So he
Thank you very much.
gets up and he starts walking over to like the higher end, the higher end deck level booths and whatnot.
Dre turns to everyone. Well, what do we want to do now? Since that was taken care of, that just made that easy.
Let's eat before my stomach scares everybody away from here.
Good idea.
Mm.
Nasara, why don't you give me a gambling perception check? Why don't you?
Oh, sure. Give it to her.
Why don't you give me a? Why don't you also give me an investigation check?
So yes, gambling, or do you want search?
Investigation.
Okay, only investigation?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
What did you do?
I typed 5 and I meant to type 4.
Oh,
So take one of those dice off.
Okay, so we'll take off the 5 because you still got a wild die and got a 2 because of that. So.
Okay.
Subtract 5 from your total.
She prefers
22.
1.
nice.
Okay, so as you were getting up, everybody's starting to make your way out. Unfortunately, given the life that you had previously led, you were all too familiar with the elements that are around here. And as you happen to glance back out you can see that Silivara is having some sort of heated discussion with somebody. Like
I'm
she has
going
just
to-
gotten off the track at this point, so whoever it is clearly didn't waste much time.
I'm going to sort of guide the group to walk closer to that area.
Okay.
What's going on, Nasara?
Drade's rider is having a little argument, sounds like.
Oh,
Figured we could stand to overhear a little more.
yeah.
Was
good
that
idea.
close to the area where I went down and looked earlier?
No, it's more like the off ramp from where the
Okay.
races started.
Okay.
You were actually standing like right where the racers had like climbed off their bikes and were inspecting or whatnot. So it's like the immediate pits. This was like she got caught almost exiting the track,
Okay.
sort of thing. So it's a little ways down.
The area that we're in right now, is it very noisy, or are the sound levels?
It is still noisy, mostly from people like shuffling around, laughing, or having a good time. Some people still waiting because they're waiting for the next round of riders to come through.
Okay.
So everybody, give me an investigations check. And at this point, you're going to need a moderate or higher.
That's a no from me.
Oh, moderate. Barely. Well, actually, I think I'm right smack in the middle. I am.
Yes.
Is
you made it.
investigation based off perception or?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perception.
Okay, then I'm just defaulting to good old perception.
Uh-oh.
Got a 16, so made it to.
So can we get somebody to make a note in the notes?
Yeah.
Jairus, by investigation.
Yeah. I seem to be making a lot of notes to self.
I had that in my notes for a good long time.
Right.
Just waiting on your roll, Matt.
Yeah, getting there. I had a
Mike said it worked for me.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
wow, 14 with on a 3. On 3 dice. Not
Nice.
bad.
Not too shabby.
Nice.
So most everybody got into moderate. Dale actually got just above it. So Dale,
Yeah.
so anybody who got into moderate, you'll hear it eventually. Dale's Drade's the first person to pick up on it. The conversation is very terse, and it's very one-sided. And whoever this individual is seems to be talking about a large debt that she owes.
So then, under his breath, so that the rest can hear, it's like, sounds like they're talking about a debt she owes. You know, I feel like I at least need to help her. The rest of you, if you want to head out, that's fine. But I feel like this is important.
Saving another damsel in distress, Sir Knight.
Why?
What can I
What is
say?
it about? You know what? I'll ask later once you've sorted out this situation.
All right.
See you in a bit. Just be careful.
We'll do.
Yell if you need me. Us.
Right.
Someone.
So continue to get closer to see if there's other information that I can pick up.
Okay, so as you approach, you end up hearing her, her remark of something effective like, I almost had it, I almost won. You'll get your credits, and you end up hearing basically he starts speaking in Huttese. So do you have language?
Let's see, languages. Yes, so roll that.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a basic form of Huttese, so if you just get easy, you're good.
Okay. $13.
Okay. So this person, he's human, but he's clearly got some cybernetics to him. Almost more machine than man, which is kind of intimidating in its own right. And he ends up with his arm, grabs her like by her collar, and in Huttese he says, not good enough. You need to pay what is owed by midnight tonight. And she looks a little, shook up at that, but trying to be stern, because she's either made of sterner things or maybe has a lot riding on the line. And she, she's like, well, how am I going to do that? And so he turns and looks at her with derision, and he's like, you have things you can sell. And so she says, "Puh," spits on the ground, and he goes walking away as he chuckles.
So then he's going to see if he can catch up with Seeley.
Okay. I mean, that's not hard. I mean, she pauses for a second as he's walking away, and you approach, and she, stops real quick. And she says, "Okay, I don't have anything for you, Mister."
And that's not why I approached. I couldn't help it.
Brittany.
Dark side point for Drake.
I know exactly. Dark side. How much for just a tip?
Oh no!
Oh, did it come out your nose, Brittany? I'm so sorry.
That's good. Oh god. Okay.
I haven't done that since like elementary school.
Weird.
That was fun. It's my own fault.
Anyways, go ahead and continue.
Yeah, so he's like not really here to get something from you. Clearly you've had a bad day. That race wasn't fair. What happened? I even bet on you. I knew you were going to win, but not even I could tell that they sabotaged your bike.
And so she kind of stops for a second. She says, and she looks back in that guy's direction. She says, "No, I'm not sleeping with you."
Oh, no. You misunderstand. I'd like to help if at all possible. I just have a feeling about your abilities. Again, you would have won that race. But the bike, it was all about that. It
Roll
wasn't fair.
persuasion.
Okay.
Which is under perception if you don't have that.
Yes, yeah, I do have it. So that... $18.
Okay. And so she paused a second again, and she says, You're not jerking my chain. Who are
No,
you?
my apologies. Drade Kenner. Here with my friends here. We just started a business, actually, trying to work on repairing various machines, droids, vehicles, even maybe swoop bikes. You should check us out sometime. But beyond that, I couldn't help but overhear with your heavily cybernetic friend over there that you owe them. Would you perhaps like any help with that?
And so she says, okay, so you run a shop which I can't afford, and you're wanting to help me now. I don't have any more that I can give to go into debt with.
However,
I can't even afford the repairs that I'm going to need to make, and I'm going to need to make those if I'm going to make any more money.
right. But you are talented enough to win if you didn't have a debt over your head and you didn't have a bike that would short out on you. So maybe we can help each other. If I were to know how much you owe, maybe there's a way that we can take care of that. And at the same time, we might be able to work on your bike, get you up to snuff, make sure there's no booby traps in it this time. And then when you win, and I bet on you, I'll win.
Roll persuasion again.
$21.
Oh, wow. She says, well, you haven't heard how much I'm in debt for, so I don't know if you're going to want to take that on. But I don't exactly have much of a choice at this point, short of getting rid of something that I can't get rid of.
Well,
She says, I'm into the exchange right now for 35,000.
35 G's. Gosh. They must have hit you where it hurts to get that much from you. Wow.
It's partly my fault. I tried betting on myself. I figured I could run the track, make some credit, get out of the slums, and eventually bring my family here and start a better life. And, well, one thing led to another.
Well, in the short time my friends and I have been here, we've made a few friends. Maybe something can be worked out to shave a little bit off the top of that debt, and we can work towards paying it off. Maybe give you some extra time so that you can win your freedom, so to speak. We'd still be willing to get your bike repaired, make sure it's tip top shape so that you can start winning. Assuming you're willing to accept my help. I know it's strange, especially in a place like this, somebody coming up and offering such a great deal, but that's something I'd like to do. You have the potential. I think you deserve it.
So she can't help but keep giving you the side eye. She's like, either you're really good at persuasion and this is going to be the end of me, or this is a chance I can't pass up, and I don't know which is which.
Have you ever had this type of opportunity ever from somebody like me and my friends at a time like this in your life?
She says, truth be told, I don't know you or your friend, so I can't really answer that.
That's fair. But as you did mention just a moment ago, this does seem like a chance that would be extremely hard for you to pass up. I hate for you to. I don't want to force this help on you, but I hate for you to, well, get further and further into inescapable debt. It isn't fair. So what do you say?
We agree on that one. I guess I don't really have a choice. Okay.
All right. Excellent. Well, wherever your swoop is, if you're willing to come with us, assuming it's able to at least move. It didn't break entirely, did it?
But no, it'll hover.
Good. Yeah, come with us. We'll take you back to our shop, show you around, and see what we can do to get it back in tip-top shape. And while that's happening, make a couple of calls. See what we can do about the number of zeros at the end of that balance of yours.
Oh, okay. So she goes and gets her bike, and it has it still has repulsor lift, but the engines right now aren't firing for long enough to keep it sustained any speed. So it's not that it can't be pushed though.
Right. Okay.
You know, so basically, like if people got behind it and pushed it, would just just hover for a bit or whatnot, or you can just walk it, alongside and kind of hold it as you go, which is what she does.
Cool.
So as you guys see Drade come walking back with the Mrs. Third Place, she pauses and she looks and she stares at Nasara.
Do I have something on my face? Do I have soda coming out my nose?
She says, "Queen Rand?"
You must be mistaken, madam. But let's get somewhere private.
So she kind of
Get
like
out of here.
looks back and forth, like what's kind of going on at this point. And she's like, okay.
Everyone, this is Seely. Seely, we have Nasara, Jairus, and we'll be catching up with Asada in a bit as we're heading back to our shop.
So what's the damage, Drade?
Hey, Kaylin.
So far, they
did you
are
charge it to?
wanting 35 Gs, but it's
Oh.
from the exchange. So
Oh,
maybe we can
negotiate a
deal.
little.
Exactly. At the very least, to get her more time, because that deadline was, he turns to her by midnight tonight. Did I hear that correctly?
So she, even though she has, Zeltrons have, reddish skin, she blushes and she just shrugs and she's like, yeah, you heard correctly.
Right. So if we can at least extend that, give us time to come up with it. I figure we help her get her bike checked out, fixed, make sure there's no booby traps or trackers on it, and then she can start her well-deserved winning streak. Maybe we help her out. Oh, speaking of which, and then he looks at the bike and then looks at her and goes, "Were you the one who actually put this together yourself?"
Most of it, yeah.
Huh. How good do you think you are, or would you say that you are, when it comes to fixing up or modifying bikes or anything else?
I wouldn't say I lack skill. I mean, I don't have formal training.
Do you have any type of job right now outside of swoop racing?
I'm sorry, what would you say again?
do you have any job outside of swoop racing right now?
I can't really afford to have another job outside of swoop racing right now, given the fact how much I'm in debt. And I can't get a regular job because somebody's going to come around and roust me for it and cause the business problems.
Fair, fair. Well, again, let me see what we can figure out. And get your bike all set.
Honey, where is my swooper suit?
Where is my swooper suit?
It's for the greater good. I am the greatest good you will ever need.
So yeah, I guess we're going to lead her back to our shop, and then when we start looking at the bike, Drade will try to contact our liaison, Devin.
Okay. So he picks up on a comm frequency and he says, "Sir Drade, our newest associate. You're calling me so soon. Hopefully it's for good news."
Well, that depends on your version of good news. Nothing bad, I assure you. Just looking to help a new friend to see if a little bit of extra scratch can be made. You see, ran into an individual. Uh, she already forgot her name. Oh my god. Celie
That's
Vara.
just silly.
I understood that reference. Uh, so he's like, yeah, so Celie Vara, one of the swoop racers. Have you heard of her?
I have. Yes, she has quite the large marker with this.
Right, and that's what I wanted to discuss. I heard that not only was it a large sum, but the deadline to pay is rather soon. I, call me superstitious, whatever you like, but I think she could really win big if she had the chance. So much so that she could probably pay off her debt to you folks. And I'm hoping to help her out with that at the same time. So, can anything be done with regard to either the amount or at least the deadline?
Give me a persuasion check.
All right.
You are going to need to get into hard
Yeah, okay. All right.
or difficult.
Right.
Maybe
okay.
concentrate first, or
Oh,
however that works.
that's, yeah, let's see. I guess concentration would work for that.
Which would be funny because you're going to pause and just kind of stare at him real quick while you're like concentrating on something deep in thought. You're like,
You know what? Might as well. Try it out. Here we go. So we're going to concentrate first. Okay. 26. All right, the concentration works. So, and we've got 3 added to that. Okay, cool. $27.
nice. Okay. He says, "I'm intrigued that you're trying to involve yourself in business matters so quickly, especially outside of what it is that you do. But I'm intrigued in a good way. So how much of this debt are you looking to settle before the deadline? I'm assuming because you're calling, it's not all of it."
Coming up with that amount, 35 G's, is a lot all at once. But what if 10,000 could be handled immediately. How much time would that buy her to pay off the rest?
10,000. You are still an unknown commodity in this area. Let's say I will give you 4 more days, and in which time you will be taking on the remainder of her credit, as you are working as her patron of sorts. And if she fails to make that up in the next 4 days, then that debt falls to you as well.
That's acceptable. We'll do it.
Interesting. I knew I was right to keep my eye on you. Well, then I will pass the word down to our debt collectors. She has another 4 days as soon as you transfer those credits to the same account that you recently made the transaction with. And I will see to it that you have some room to move.
Excellent. Appreciate you, Devin, as always. And assuming nothing else happens between now and then, we'll see you in 4 days.
Excellent. I look forward to hearing from you again.
Take care.
So he signs off.
And go ahead and transfer the 10,000 to him.
Okay.
And he turns back to the group. Right. About 4 days. And I have the debt as far as that goes. So then he turns to Seeley. We should fix your bike as soon as we can and get you racing again.
So, I mean, she's just like, she's dumbfounded at this point that you would do that. And she looks around to everybody and she's just profusely thanking everyone for their assistance. And we will continue this at next game.
Wow, it's already that time.
Yep.
It's that time.
So we need to do some RP votes real quick. So we can make sure we get Matt's logged in as well. So we're going to start off with Dale.
Did we do XP tonight?
Mm-hmm.
We did, yes.
We did, yeah.
What did we get?
It was 13, I
total
think?
of 13.
Yeah, 13.
Let's see. Okay, so RP vote. Gosh, good question. Definitely Montan. No, just joking. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
He was the most active tonight.
With the
Brittany's,
commentary.
He was pretty quiet.
Brittany's nasal evacuation was pretty epic.
Yeah. I'm gonna put mine down.
I'm actually gonna go with. I'll go with Asada for winning that bet. She chose the right.
Okay.
rider.
I'm
Okay.
gonna take my drink after I sign off with you guys.
Okay. So Brittany.
I'll give it to Drade. He pretty much carried the game tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shelly.
Drade.
Okay. And Matt.
Same. Dale had most of the role play tonight.
Okay, so Dale, you end up getting 2 more additional character points to add to your character. So for those of you who are watching or still hanging out with us, we have another game coming up this Friday at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. It's our Mythic Savannah game. Please hang out and join us because we are still wrapping that game up. We still have obviously plenty of stuff to go, but by the end of 2026, we will be bringing that game to an end and returning to Ashland by Night. So that will be interesting. I know it's something that some folks have been interested in returning back to. But then on Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be tuning in for more Marvel superheroes or mythic or modern age heroes that are currently in space, dealing with more political drama. And then, of course, on Thursday of next week, which that is the 16th, we will be playing more Kingdoms of the Shattered Crown, our D&D game. So looking forward to having you tune in to us or tune in and hang out with us, chatting and following. And I hope you guys have a good night. Good night, guys.